Did I just hike the entire Appalachian Trail from Georgia to Maine because I trust my intuition and I try to quiet the external noise and listen to that inside voice, and that I believe in the things that I say, that you can be content in any situation regardless of the circumstances, even if you don't like hiking, even if you're not sure about it, even if you're not very good at it, which I wasn't. Did I just hike the trail because I believe in those things fundamentally? Or did I hike the trail to reinforce a lifelong behavior and weakness that I've had that I didn't even know I had? Accentuated my strengths to cover up weaknesses. The ego is a sly little joker, man, and I don't know if there's an answer, but if you haven't been here before, my trail name is Wingit, and kind of had this moment where I decided I was going to go hike the Appalachian Trail, and never done anything like this before. I had no experience and no plan, and I essentially, had an intuitive thought, and I've been on a crazy journey and trusting that intuition. And I walked away from everything to go do something that I didn't even know I would enjoy, and I went right from couch to trail, and never been in the mountains before, and it was a magical ride. And but I've had some deep realizations lately, and that's what I'm going to talk about today, and get it off my chest at least. And so first of all, it's December 20th, and happy holidays, everybody, and I hope everybody's doing well and enjoys however they celebrate their life, or this specific holiday. I say it all the time, I try to celebrate every day and not just wait for the weekends or holidays, but happy holidays, everybody, if you're just coming on board. So, since I've been home, it's been kind of a struggle, which I kind of anticipated a little bit, but surprisingly, I'm somebody who prides himself on being able to surrender to the moment, and I've really had difficulty doing that lately. And before I went on the Appalachian Trail, I decided to give away all my possessions and move out to a tent, and I kind of did little homeless by choice, and did that for about 75 days or so, and that led me to the trail, and because I was enjoying it immensely, and so I've really been displaced for about a year. And so coming back home, when you give away all your possessions, guess what? You don't have any possessions. So and I was unsure, which this has caused a lot of my struggle over the last couple months. Unsure what I wanted to do next, and trying to spend a lot of time in self-reflection to reflect on the journey, and a lot of time in meditation, and trying to listen to that inside voice and see what's next for me. And I have some pretty cool things that I'll announce when I'm done. But so I've been staying at my daughter's and kind of couch surfing, and she's getting ready to have another baby, and I'm going to be a grandfather, and that's coming up. She's due for a C-section on January 2nd, but it could literally be any day, and real excited about that. So let me get into some of my struggles. I think when you go and you spend that much time alone in the woods, in the mountains, and in self-reflection, and just at one with nature, and then you come back, and it's the chaos of election, and such a singleness of purpose out on the trail, and everybody's moving in the same direction, and it doesn't matter your political affiliation, your religious affiliation, your sexual preference, right? Your race. Everybody's moving in the same direction, and and it's beautiful, and then you come back and it's so divisive, and ideology and beliefs really get in the way, and such a divisive election. And so I kind of expected all that stuff to be a little transition for me. And yeah, as I was self-reflecting on the journey itself and just the magic of it, and like, where did it's not surprising that I finished, for me, right? I think it surprised a lot of people that I finished, because I came from couch to trail and no experience. I'd never been in the mountains, and I'm out of shape, and yeah, but it was no surprise to me, because I've been doing that my whole life. I was a Marine, and overcoming obstacles is kind of something that I've always prided myself on and being good at, and making split second decisions, and being reactive, and overcoming adversity is a strength of mine. I tell you what is not a strength of mine is planning in general, right? Like planning in general, and even deeper than that, making decisions. And so as I've been self-reflecting on the journey, I'm not surprised I finished. What I am surprised at it is that I walked away from everything I had ever known, had a pretty comfortable life, in order to go do something I didn't know I would enjoy. And where did that courage come from? And I say it was intuition, and it's such a beautiful ride, like trusting that and stepping out into the unknown, and I got to experience life in its most simplest form, and I'm forever appreciative of that. So it doesn't matter why I did it, right? It's the fact that I did it. But as I'm reflecting on that, I'm feeling relatively uncomfortable as people are congratulating me, right? And I have a practice of ego deflation and depth, and I don't seek achievement, and I shy away from accolades, and I'll probably do that forever. But I really realized how uncomfortable I was as I was seeing people that I've known for a long time, and that are congratulating me and asking me about the journey, and I, I'm continuously saying, like, I'm the blessed one to be able to be out there, but as a self-reflective person, I'm always asking myself, why am I uncomfortable? I did something remarkable. Like, why does it make me uncomfortable? And I'm a humble guy. Guess you say you're humble. You're not really humble, but I try to practice humility and not take any credit. And I feel fortunate to be out there. But as I'm reflecting on the trail, and I'm reflecting on the struggles that I'm having here at home, and reflecting on why am I uncomfortable, asking myself those questions. Why do I feel uncomfortable when people acknowledge something that I've done? And at the same time, I'm couch surfing, I'm displaced, and I'm trying to understand what I'm going to do next, and I'm just in this funk that I can't seem to get out of, and then I suddenly I'm trying to buy a car, right? Because I want to do, there's some things that I've been moved to do, right? Like, come support some people on their hikes this year and do some trail magic. And I end up giving my old car to my daughters and her boyfriend as they're getting ready to have a baby, and they could use it. So, but I'm researching buying a car, which, if you remember from my early videos, where I'm researching buying gear, like, I really struggled at that, and I was struggling to decide what kind of car I'm going to buy. And these sound like such simple daily chores for most people, but it really brought me frustration and discomfort and what's interesting is I'm the type of guy that it doesn't matter what I have, right, or what I will make anything work. So why do I struggle so much researching and evaluating what I'm gonna need? And it's really a comedy show. But one of the deep realizations I had is that, you know, I say it all the time, the most beautiful moments of my life have just happened, right? I've had very little to do with them, and including the trail, right? I trust that intuition. I go out on the trail and I'm just present. And they're spontaneous. But then I have this sudden realization that I've always struggled making decisions, and so herein lies the question again. Did I just hike to Maine because I trust my intuition? Or did I just hike to Maine because my tent journey ended and I couldn't make a decision on what I was going to do next? So did I wing it all the way on the Appalachian Trail because I believe in that, and because I'm spiritual, and because I'm listen to that, my heart and not my mind? Or is my subconscious so powerful and so trained and so comfortable and controlling me, that I created this persona of Wingit, even though I didn't pick that trail name? It was picked for me. And did my subconscious create this story to cover up the glaring weakness that I am afraid to make decisions for a myriad of reasons, whether they backfire, then I have no liability, or whether they even work out great, I could take no credit, right? Is the ego that powerful? Did it just shift? And I say it all the time, like Dr. Carl Jung says, it's nearly impossible to be completely honest with ourselves, right? That we lie to ourselves. And so am I really good at winging it? Or am I really bad at making decisions and so fearful to do so? Did I just accentuate my positives and shove my weaknesses and my in the closet, man? Am I just masking those issues? And it's probably D, all the above. And the beauty of it is that before you can address a problem, you need to know that there is one. And it took me walking from Georgia to Maine to realize that I still have a lot of room for growth, and a lot of onion to peel, and a lot of it's not my first time becoming aware since my initial awakening of self-deception, right? Or so I'm well aware that there will be many more times when I'm become aware of certain things that I'm hiding from myself, and But that's what self-reflection is, and that's what the real spiritual path is, right? The shadow work, the self-reflective process of looking within for the answers, and because we can trick ourselves. And I'm forever grateful for my journey. I'm forever grateful for walking every mile that I did, because I needed every mile. I needed to be out there in order to have this additional realization. But make no bones about it, it's painful, man. It's painful, because you realize that you are keeping yourself imprisoned, right? And it doesn't matter what we say. It doesn't matter how confident we are in our development, right? It's there's always room to grow, and there's always room to be teachable. And now that I know my glaring weakness, so what did I do as soon as I found out? I went and bought a car, and I'll show you my car. And the beauty of it is, like, as soon as you know that you're covering up a weakness, like, you can address it. It didn't matter to me what car I drove, but it caused enough struggle in me and trying to decide. And once I realized, the glaring, dire circumstances of my deception, I went and bought a car, and I bought a Suburban. And the cool thing is I'm planning on supporting some 2025 hikers, including my friend Glitch, who's coming back out. He did like 650 miles last year, and I got to hike a considerable amount of that with him. And he's coming back on trail, and gonna give it another go, and he's doing amazing. And then my friend's Pathfinder, McTwisty Flop, are registered to do the PCT in May. So I'm planning on following the bubble a little bit, supporting the hikers out there doing some trail magic. I want to see the trail from a different perspective now. And I hiked it, and now I want to see it from more of a support role, and being of service to people out there on trail. And I needed a big vehicle to do that with. And so I had been researching everything from, hybrid vehicles to Class Bs, right? To motorhomes to live out of. And I settled on the Suburban. And it'll do just fine. So I'm looking forward to what's coming up. Initially on this channel, like, I really, when I first started this channel, because I was inspired to do so by the loss of a friend, my initial idea was that I wanted other people to tell their stories, and of how they changed their life, and how they awakened, or the shift of consciousness that they had that kind of ended the majority of their struggles and put them on a different path. But I sat down with a bunch of people that I truly respected. And how are you, my friend? Sat down with some people I truly respected, and they said, the first thing I have to do is get comfortable on camera. And that's what I've been doing for the last year plus. And now I think as I go out on the trail to support my friends and other hikers, I'm hoping to transition to where I can use this platform to start telling other people's stories, and exactly why they're hiking the trail, or what their reason why is, and start sharing the magic of other people's stories. And I look forward to that. And it's going to be another magical ride, and I get to see the trail from a different angle, and to experience life to its fullest, and to have more realizations. And that make no bones about it, I'm grateful for them, and I'm grateful that for whatever reason it was, whether it was to celebrate my wingit mentality or to cover up a weakness. I'm so grateful that I got to experience the things that I've gotten to experience, and that I've grown from it. And so many people talk about spirituality as being love and light, and that's not my experience at all. Like, personal development, personal growth, spiritual growth, whatever somebody wants to call it, is a painful, destructive process, because you realize that you are the cause of all your own suffering, man. And I've clung to this idea that I was so in the flow, and that's not untrue, but it's not entirely the truth either. The real fact is that I also accentuated my strengths to cover up weaknesses. Forever grateful for that lesson, and for the opportunity to hike the trail and to meet the people that I have, and the opportunities moving forward as well. So appreciate you guys. Please comment, please like, please share if you resonate or not. And I want to, this stuff helps me so much, man. And I want to know your thoughts. And the ego is a sly little joker, man. And we will continue to address those things, and we'll continue to celebrate the gifts that I've been given to wing it. But I won't fool myself anymore that not only am I good at that, but it's because I'm really bad at some of the simplest things in life, like making a decision. All right, appreciate it.